Ham Sandwich series. I'd like to welcome everybody who's joined in so far. Today Robert is covering positioning, iPads and other tablets. So we're going to look at how you would successfully use a mounting solution for tablets or smartphones or any smart device. We'll look at what devices, what adapters are available for different devices. So you can get specific device adapters or you can use universal adapters. So Robert's going to take you through a little bit of that. And then we're going to look at the analysis of different environments where you may want to use a smart device. So those different applications where you want to access your phone or your iPad or whatever it may be.
Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Coles. I'm occupational therapist and sales manager at the company that is called Rare Head Engineering. We are producer and manufacturer of mounting solutions for AAC devices for different kind of situations for customers with individual needs and supporting demands. So as part of the ham sandwich sessions, I'm very proud to tell you today a little bit more about how to position iPads and other tablet systems successfully for different environments. Thank you, Connor, for giving me these opportunity to talk about these different topics. And so let's start directly with the main topic. I hope all of you can see the presentation. If not, please scream loud to let me just know that I need to change something. I think for all of you, I think everybody more or less knows how important it is nowadays to have the opportunity to use tablets, communication systems successfully for our daily routines, such as just only checking our emails, being able to use social media platforms and all of that. But also for our customers with cerebral palsy, ALS, MND diseases, or all different kind of various demands. There is an great importance of using these kind of tablet systems in a spot where they can use it good enough. So it's not only just that we need to give a customer, for example, with cerebral palsy, a tablet system and let him communicate with his system or let him access these systems. When you know people with cerebral palsy, you know that a lot of people have problems with controlling their movements. They have a lot of uncontrolled power. And when they want to use the tablet, grab it and hold it, it's often impossible for them. So what I will do today is I will show you how we think it could be beneficial for you to position an iPad, because also the value of these systems is quite high. And things that that when we are talking today about iPads are also possible to compare with other tablet systems such as Microsoft, Android, and all different kind of other tablet systems. So it's a general topic to show you what kind of things you need to understand, because when you are facing the challenge of iPads or tablets, everything is possible. Some people using bigger tablets, some of them using smaller tablets in a mini size, some of them using tablets with different kind of protective covers. And we all have the challenge, especially with someone that is unable to hold it and to control it safely enough, to position it to the environment and to the place where your customer's into. Often we see people with cerebral palsy located in wheelchairs. So now it's the question how we can attach these systems safe, stable, but also without limiting our customers in their environment on the places where they are. So this is where I always start with a little bit of with a starting point about bring yourself into the situation of the beneficiary. When you are someone with cerebral palsy, you are located maybe in a wheelchair or you're located in a bed. So the starting point is always, who is the person that wants to use the tablet system? What kind of tablet system is it? Is it something with a protective cover or without something? Is it something that needs to have a different access method? You know, tablet systems nowadays can be controlled about switches, mouse controls, and all of these stuff. Also, the question of where is your customer going to use these systems is important. When, in how many days, and how many times, in what period. is it important to position it, and also the question of why it's important. So this is always the starting point for our analysis when we are thinking about mounting solutions for tablets for customer groups. Because our goal, and I think you have the same goal too, is to let the user become the beneficiary of assistive technology devices, tablet, and all of that stuff. So they can benefit as much as possible, because it's easy for me to grab my tablet, to grab my smartphone, and to use it all the time. But often it's important and impossible for customers without being feared that the device is dropping down. Also, when we are thinking about the situation where they want to use it, there can be different environments. The customer can be located in a bed all the time. They can be positioned in a wheelchair. Also, they can be positioned in a comfy chair. There are various different options to install and to mount and tablet system safe. So when we are starting on the point when our customers are located in a wheelchair, we often want to have a solution that is sturdy enough and remains all the time on the same spot where the customer can use it. So often we are thinking about a fixed combination of a mounting bracket for a tablet system. For that, we need to have for each wheelchair an individual fixed frame clamp system that we can combine easily with a mounting bracket, with a mounting arm that we can install here to a wheelchair. But also, often people are looking for a little bit of a more flexible, variable kind of tablet adaptation solution and thinking about clamping something on a table. So also there, we have different kind of options with some warrior solutions like these table clamps that we can simply attach to a table, clamp it there, and attach it in combination with stuff like rigid tubes or a gooseneck, depending on the individual customer demands. So everything from this end is often possible. But also here, you need to see the difference. These table clamps are perfect for tables, and a fixed permanent installation is also important and better for an installation on a wheelchair. Because in these situations, your customer, they only want to use their mounting arm, they want to have their mounting arm inserted into the wheelchair, attach their communication system, have the opportunity to swing it away when they want to leave the wheelchair, or leave it and move it back into the position, into the operating position where the customer can use their tools. So for these situations, when we want to use a tablet system, there are various options of mounting brackets that we provide for end customers, such as these heavyweight or a heavy load M3D mounting brackets that can be installed to every wheelchair that is existing on the market. Also, we provide these light mounting section L3D that we are calling for maybe even when there is not the demand for such a high loading that you apply to the mounting bracket, which can also be applied to the wheelchair mount and to the wheelchair within a second and can position the communication device. Often, people using dedicated communication devices from, let's say, Turbidynavox, PRC, Smartbox, or all different kind of other communication devices. And then sometimes they want to combine their existing mounting brackets with an adapter where they can also attach their AAC device or their tablet system. And on the left picture, you can see one user that is controlling its communication device about scanning and has positioned the iPad straight next to the communication system. So you have both in an area where you can see it good enough. On the right side, you see a similar picture or a similar example from a customer that has an iPad positioned on its wheelchair. So there are different options in terms of load capacity to install an iPad successfully to a wheelchair. We have different kind of magic arms that you can install to each wheelchair in combination with a frame clamp with a right adapter plate. And we also provide various different options of light, mid-load, and heavyweight mounting solutions in short length or longer length that suit your customers' wheelchairs the best depending on what they require in terms of a mounting bracket. So explained, we have the Magic Arm and L3D mounting solutions. So the black arms here, for example, for situations where low or less load will be applied, and also customers with cerebral palsy, they often are not the same like someone else. So, for example, some of them can control their access very, very well, and some of them have a lot of uncontrolled power when they want to hit a button. For that reason, we have the mid-load and high-load mounting brackets that can also be easily combined within tablet solution within a second. This is just only for you to have a general overview what is possible, because when we are mounting AEC devices or tablet devices to a wheelchair, we often have the same situation or the same job to do. We see our wheelchair, we see the customer that is located in the wheelchair, and we have the tablet system that needs to be positioned on a position where the customer can access it good enough. And in between these two things, between the wheelchair and the tablet, there is always a gap. And this gap can be filled with different kind of mounting components to install the communication system there in the best possible way. And that's the same with smartphones and tablet systems. So, for example, a customer with SMA, ALS, or paraplegia can have different demands in terms of the stability of his mounting bracket, where someone with cerebral palsy can have a higher demand in terms of stability. So, for example, an iPad can, for someone with a hypertonic paralyzed situation, be installed with a lightweight mount. But for someone with hypertonic, uncontrolled movements, we often need something more stable. So you need to see this from a point of view of the beneficiary, what is relevant for these customers. But it's not only just about the mounting bracket that we need to install. Depending on what kind of system we have, we provide for the single tablets dedicated adapter plates that you can click simply into the system. They work very well and can be easily installed, also with protective covers. But for some very, very individual protective cases, such as you can see here, the blue little monster that looks like in Blue Cat, we need to have a little bit more flexibility in terms of adjustments. And for that reason, we have this different kind of universal tablet holders, which can be adjusted in all different kind of sizes. So also when your customer needs to switch from an iPad mini to, let's say, an iPad Pro with a different size, you can adjust them very easy within a couple of seconds. The clamp on top of it allows you to secure the iPad very safe and stable and to hold it there. You have a lot of adjustment options here from the winged elements, and you can simply attach it within a second to the mounting bracket for the beneficiary to its wheelchair. So you click it inside. It's often easier when it is installed to the wheelchair. So now the communication system is secured inside, and you can install it with these adapter plates within a second to the customer's wheelchair. But also with a different kind of other adapter plates, with these strings, for example, you can also secure very easy all different kind of other tablets or notebooks in combination with the mounting systems. Okay, so here you can see the example. We can adjust the size of that universal tablet holder, can combine it with eye tracking systems, because we also know that when people are using iPads, the demand of controlling them with your eyes is also sometimes existing. And we provide different kind of adapter plates to combine them, for example, with the Hero eye gaze systems from iRespond, or with other eye gaze cameras in combination with tablets and iPads. So you have all different kind of options also for smartphones, such as the universal phone holder to access also the communication systems, smartphones, tablet next to each other on a customer's wheelchair. So the requirements for the beneficiary are, they are expecting that their communication, their tablet system is installed stable and on its wheelchair, but still very, very flexible to have the opportunity when their position or is changing in the wheelchair, that they can change the position in a second, can bring it closer to the beneficiary, far away, and can close it there, secure it there, but it's afterwards, after the adjustments, still stable enough to hold the communication device or the tablet system. And it needs to be always very intuitive. When you see the quick shift lever, I think all of you know that it is openable in one direction and closable in the other direction. And when you see an inserting element on a wheelchair, that you can insert it within a second. And it needs to be very universal. When you're having a second wheelchair and you want to use your tablet system on the other wheelchair, often you only need a different base or elements like the base coupler, where you can use the same arm, maybe also on another wheelchair, if it is possible. It depends always a little bit on the system. And for that point, it should be and can be very economic. So when you're having someone that starts at an early age and he's growing up and is changing from a typical standard wheelchair to a more active wheelchair, you can use the existing components, combine them with another frame clamp, and install the same mounting bracket also on another wheelchair with a couple of adjustments. And it should also be very light. So this is, for example, our L3D mount. And as you can see, I can hold it just only with the power of just a single finger to hold it. And also this is important because when assistants want to install the communication or the tablet system, the iPad to a customer's wheelchair, they should not be as strong as a bodybuilder to handle the mounting brackets. And they should also be nice to look at it. Also here, we can have different situations. So it's important for your beneficiary to be very, very flexible. So when your customer is located in a wheelchair, then it's fine. But what if he's located in a bed? Now, you simply disassemble the communication tablet system or the tablet what your customer is using. You go to the bed of the beneficiary and you can use a solution like, I hope you can see this now here. You can see this is, for example, I hope you can see it, an floor stand system, a light floor stand, also with the same quick release system for the tablet system. So you can use it, attach it, and have it also here on a good accessible spot positioned for the beneficiary. If that works, that's fine. If you need to have it height adjustable, you can use it also on every different kind of other rolling floor mount system that you can adjust for the beneficiary in each height where he needs it. You can use the same adapter plate here also on the floor stands, adjust it there, adjust it into the right angle. Within a few seconds, you can adjust it into another height or a lower position. That's absolutely up to the demands or to the individual things that the customer can require. Also, when you want to use it just on a table mount, such as these foldable table mount, can be an option because you can use it in combination with a protective cover, can insert it, and can position it on the table in each angle where it is important for the beneficiary. If this is not stable enough for you, you can combine it with all different kind of table mounting solutions that you can stand on a table or also clamp on a table with a table clamp. And also here, you can use the same tablet adapter, connect it with the tablet system, and have it well positioned on the table position where it is important for your beneficiary. So you are very flexible to switch from a wheelchair to the bed, to the table, to allow an access for the tablet system wherever the customer is located. So much to just only the dry theory. I hope I could be able to give you a little bit of an insight into the concept, because the starting point is always the same. Have a look on where your customer is located and where he wants to use his tablet system. When he's outside, when he's inside, at work, in bed, on the table, in a standing system, when he's located on the toilet, maybe for a couple of seconds and needs to tell someone that he wants to leave the toilet, maybe, or there are various and thousands of situations where you want to use your tablet successfully. So bring yourself into the situation. Ask yourself, where do I need the tablet when I would be the beneficiary? So I hope this was a short insight into the world of tablet adaptations.